Good live. Now we're live. If you want to introduce yourself, Dwayne.
Hi, yeah, I'm Dwayne. I'm Dwayne Jack, director of Road Light. Yeah, Road Light is a company that delivers programs within institutions, life coach, motivational speaker, author, singer-songwriter, rapper. Yeah, that's about it.
So you're sharing a lot of your past, like your experiences, and that's why I contacted you, because I've seen the transition and the motivational stuff that you've put out, and you speak about your past a lot, which is something that I do, because that's the only way to kind of learn and grow, the things that we go through. So you started Road Light, and then I've seen how much positivity you're doing through that, and you're going back into the prisons to help people and motivate people and actually rehabilitate people yourself. So what's giving you the drive to actually give back to so many more people?
I think it's because I died to the self, the me, the I, the ego, the fleshly nature, whatever label that we want to put on it, because us humans, we can put label on things and then it brings division and it brings confusion. But yeah, I think suffered so much that I said bye-bye to that character that got created through the circumstances, the situation of my environment, my childhood. So I didn't like that character. So it was when I discovered my true authentic self and the spirit being within, that it was no longer about me. It was for me to serve others rather than myself. So then part of serving others, it was my target audience is the young people that have grew up with neglect, abuse, that have complex needs within institutions, children's homes, foster parents, prisons. And there's a high number of adults that are in institutions and repeating the same patterns of behavior in and out of prison. And that's my target audience. So I feel it's the language that I speak, and there's that magical thing that happens when I'm at service. So I think that's why I do the things that I do, and it gives me the drive. I know it's selfish of me, but when I'm serving myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of how I came around to serving and being in the positions that I'm in now within the prison, clients out in the community. Yeah, so it's through tapping into that spiritual being within and then serving. It's no longer this body, it's about serving others. Yeah.
I'm a firm believer, as you just said, the more you serve other people, the more it kind of enlightens you and helps you grow as a person, which is great, because a blog post that I'll be putting up on my website will be helping homeless, helping others is selfish, because it does help us more than it helps anybody that we actually help. I mean, years ago, it was drink, drugs, nights out, women. That's all I cared about. That's all I was focused on. When I started helping homeless people, when I started reaching back out to my community, you'd get the same thing inside yourself from that. You know, whether you're taking class A drugs, whether you're drinking, whether you're, having sex, or whether you're giving back to somebody, helping a homeless person, giving back to an older person, helping your community grow, helping people in need. You get the same feeling, because the endorphins in your body, the serotonin, all the chemical reactions are the same, because whether it's a drug take or a give back, the chemical reactions are the same inside your brain. And I didn't realize that. It took me 10 years of wasted time to realize that.
Of course.
Obviously you found out for yourself, like the same negative life that you can live can give you the same emotional feeling on a positive life. You can have the same feeling inside. which I feel is great. How is Road Light going?
How is it going?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of feedback have you got from prisons, from prisoners, from people looking to change? What sort of feedback have you got?
The feedback is growing because the lives that have been transformed throughout the last few years, because it started off the life coaching out in the community. Now I've got many clients that lives have been totally transformed. I've got so many weddings to go to next year where if it wasn't for Road Light, that they may not be in the position that they are today, where they're happy, building relationships with family, children, etc. They were ready to take their own life, and now they're living in a state of consciousness and happy. And so there's many people in the community, down even from children's homes, where there's been a young girl. I'll give you an example. She would sleep all day, up all night, wouldn't engage with no one, social workers, etc. Went on a 6-week program from Road Light. After the 6 week, done some one-to-one coaching, got her a position in a hairdresser's. Wow. Now she's qualified hairdresser, living. She was in semi-independent, but now she's in her own 1-bedroom house, independent, living life. And she obviously says, and in testimonies, that it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Road Light. So there's an example there. There's many in the community. For in the prison, they're still at a place, because many of us need to, at a certain age, have to go out and suffer. Just like myself, it was 27 years old. After I suffered so much, then I tapped out. But we're giving them the skills that they wouldn't have had prior meeting Road Light. And these are just sometimes basic skills: communication skills, assertiveness, and being likable. The more likable they are, the more doors are going to open, the more opportunities will come. So there is transformation that's happening within the prison, but the age group is from 15 to 17 years old that we're working with, 18. So obviously they're still babies, they still have to, but there's transformation happening within there, behaviors changing, and yeah, it's breakthroughs. And even certain videos that I've done online where I've had messages from people that send us one video and it's transformed their lives on forgiveness. And the person was depressed, not taking antidepressants, not engaging with their children, staying in bed. And just from watching the one video, the whole life transformed. So many, obviously off the top of my head, I get testimonies all the time coming through. And yeah, it's growing. We've got a project manager, Nosheen. She's putting stuff together to open up a branch in the community for young people that's dropped out of school, so that they can come, go through our program, get English, maths, etc. in our unit, and then hopefully go back into our mainstream or get into some training or employment. But it is growing, and it's amazing what Road Light and everyone that's involved with Road Light, it's powerful stuff that's happening. Yeah,
that's good to hear. The testimonies are coming in. It's good to hear the change, because even if it was just, you know, one life that you've changed, then that's a success already. Just one life, you've saved one life, you've helped one person. You're growing a movement. You're growing momentum. That one person's now helping somebody else. But by obviously law of reciprocity, you've helped one, then they might help one, and that was down to you. Now you've helped two without directly touching two people's lives.
Of course.
So, how do you feel when you get testimonies back from these people that contact you and say, "You've helped me, you changed me, you saved my life"? How do you feel?
I feel alive. It makes me feel alive. It stimulates me. It puts a smile on my face, and it makes you want to go and serve even more. It's like you get an energetic overflow of energy that you want to go in harder. You want to give more. So yeah, it's definitely it's powerful. It makes you feel everything is worthwhile. To see that seed grow and blossom, it's words, you can't explain with words the feeling that that you get. Yeah.
I mean, I've had it over the years. Obviously, I don't do a movement like yourself. It is something that I would like to look into more, giving more back with more motivational stuff and more talks.
Yeah.
People have known me from years ago. They've known that I used to take a lot of drugs, drink a lot. But over the years, they see my transition. And when I get a message from, somebody I used to take drugs with or somebody I used to drink with, and I'll get a random message every now and again. It'd be like, how you've changed is so inspiring. It's so motivational. Thank you so much. I think I got a comment the other day from a young lady. And she said, what you do and who you've become has helped me change and helped me be more positive with life. And that's just somebody who knew me years ago from my negative lifestyle. And that makes, like you say, it's so beautiful to hear. And it further gives you that encouragement to know that you're doing well.
Totally. I think sometimes as well, without you even engaging with anyone from your past, just your story, the way you're living, it gives them inspiration. And there's a shift within them that happens just by them seeing what you're doing and the progression. They see it, so then they up their game because they start questioning how they're living and what they're producing with their life force that they've got within them. So I think sometimes we don't even need to put things out there. When they actually see what's going on and what you're doing, it enhances them to actually pull their finger out and start doing things. Because I see it around me, and sometimes you see them changing their mindset and coming out with certain terminology, and you know where it comes from them, and you're like, yeah, it's working. Even within like workplaces, where it may be, whether it's family, you can see there's a shift and you can see that there's movement. And I think that there alone as well is powerful stuff. It is powerful, even though they may not admit, or they're maybe still hiding in their corner or doing their little thing, but you can see they're questioning the lifestyle or the way that they're living. And sometimes they may not even expose themselves, but the numbers that you see on the Facebook or whatever, the numbers that you see, there's numbers in there where they're secretly watching, and starts penetrating them and enabling them to change.
Yeah, see, I like the idea of people giving me feedback, and it's really nice to get the testimonies, the feedback, but then sometimes I hear it from random people when I see them out on the street. They might not like, might not share, they might not interact. And they'll be like, that really touched me. That was really good what you did the other day. And I'd be a random, I'll be like, well, why didn't you interact? Why didn't you engage? Why didn't you like? And then like, I don't know, but it really was good stuff. And you're like, well, I'm glad it's touching people without them having to say, thank you. But at least it's working in places that you didn't realize it'd be working.
Totally. I can relate to that as well, where strangers are being in a cafe or something, a woman will come up and said, wow, what you're doing is amazing, carry on what you're doing. And the random person will come out and say, make sure you keep doing the videos, that really helped me. And it is, and you think, wow, because there is people out there that obviously may not be confident to come on, but they are being fed the soul food. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, before I shifted towards more kind of me and lifestyle and entrepreneurship and spreading a positive message, I used to be more gym-based posts. Everything I do is kind of public and open for people to see. But I'd be working out in the gym and I'd have a randomer come up to me like, I really like that video you posted the other day. And there's somebody that I don't know, they don't follow me, I've never met them in my life. And they said, I really liked how you did that workout. And you like, the content you leave somewhere is always there. It's forever content. Like this video might be found in 2-3 years time and somebody might say, those guys were talking some sense. I like that. And that's what I think is great, that we're leaving a legacy behind. We're leaving, not only a digital footprint, but you know, a physical footprint on people's minds, people's spirits, and people are seeing it and learning from it without actually, you know, pushing it forward, which I think is great.
Totally.
So with Road Light, you obviously your website's going to be coming up, which is great, and then there'll be more information there. I seen that you posted something when you was talking to the prison guards as well.
Yeah.
It was really good to see, obviously, from your past, to be able to talk to prison guards on a whole. How did that feel? Because obviously you was one of the prisoners. So
Yeah.
to give inspiring, motivational, and positive content to the guards, that must have felt amazing.
Yeah, it was yeah, it is amazing. I think nothing the life that I'm living now, because obviously I've tapped into something inside myself that's greater than this piece of flesh and bone, whatever label we want to put on it, but it is powerful, it's potent, and it's transformed my life, and it's transforming me day after day. And to be in a position to deliver a workshop to 105 prison officers was amazing, because I was there and I was thinking, wow. And I was giving them information and wisdom they may not have got from anyone in their field. So I was giving them information from a different perspective, and it was real wisdom, and to just give them knowledge about certain approaches, how to approach to make their journey and their role more comfortable. And I think that's what Road Light is. It's a bridge within prison institutions. It's a bridge for the young people or adults, and then the prison officers, to live in agreement. Yes, someone may have broke the law and there's officers there, but it's not two different opposing forces, light and dark, positive and negative. And for prisoners' time to be easier, it's beneficial to communicate with officers. Officers are only human. They got a uniform, they're coming to work, they've got mortgages, they're still like our aunties, uncles, it could be anyone. Don't look at the uniform. So just breaking that bias perspective on things. And then for the prisoners as well, because prisoners can be so biased, the cons are, so it's breaking that mindset to then build relationships. So then once you're in that role and everyone is in alignment to live in kind of harmony, then rehabilitation can happen. Then there can be the main aim for the prison system is for rehabilitation, to resettle back into the community, to make society a better place. So then if officers are there to support that, and young people or adults are there to use their time wisely, and they have that moral respect for each other, the jail population, it will be a more comfortable place to do your prison sentence and to work. So that's what Road Light is, more of a bridge and mediator for both sides, because we can see from both parties, and we are there to try and make the environment more comfortable to live and to work in. So to be there to deliver that workshop to them 105 young new officers, it was amazing. And some of the stuff they probably didn't understand, but later on throughout their journey, then they will understand, because it wasn't just about talking about gangs and talking about the environment of the young people and some of where they've come from and their complex needs, but I was talking about actually for us to look after ourselves, because if we're not looking after me, you can't serve anyone else, and you're in a role to serve the prisoners. And if you're not in a good place, where comes great power comes great responsibility. So I was going down the road to say, take responsibility for that power, because if you take advantage, we're living in a universe where what we put out, we get back shaken and stirred. So I took them down roads that they probably don't understand. And even the people that asked me to come up there and speak we never asked him to come and speak about that. But these core components and fundamental foundation that I was giving them, later on, they will understand and they think, okay, I understand now. But it was, yeah, it was powerful, and it was yeah, I feel privileged to be in these positions, and yeah, it's powerful stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I really respect all the stuff that you've put out there, the live videos, the content, the story, and that's why I wanted to touch down with you. And then we're going to meet up and get, you know, a face-to-face video as well to do more of sharing your story. And then, like I said, we'll talk about the book ideas as well that went through my head to further even get your story out there even more. And if I can in any way, obviously I've got a book for you anyway, which is a social media book that I wrote, because I really do want to help and back your idea and your movement as much as I can, because I think it is needed. You know, the positivity movement, and like you say, it's bridging that gap between, say, cons and officers. But I think a lot of the time it's with people who are stuck with a negative environment or mindset and, you know, just normal authority. For me, it was years ago. I hated work. I hated bosses. I hated supervisors. I hated police officers. In the same sense, like you said, that's somebody's mum. That's somebody's dad. That's somebody's uncle. We're all people, and with your movement, you're bridging that gap for everybody. So whether it's cons or, you know, people in prison or people in real life, just seeing negativity towards their boss, they can still take the principles that you're teaching, the principles that you're giving out. They can take it in any aspect of their life, which I think is really, really powerful and really something that we do need. I really do believe in your movement.
Of course, because the thing is, I've got a system. I've got a system that I deliver to the young people in the prisons, but this same system is tailored to the corporate world, to businesses as well, because it's just, I break it down into a different terminology and I go deeper for the corporate world, because whether it is a prison, whether it is a business, the same issues are going on, because it's the same ego that's rolling humanity. So it's just breaking that down into sections to enable one to realize whether you are that prison officer or whether you are the CEO, how you're dealing with your employees or the prisoners is going to affect the environment and the flow of business. Because even within the business world, there's a lot of bullying going on. There's a lot of bullying going on, and there's a lot of pressure. I see a gentleman yesterday. I was going to the supermarket, and he said to me, "Was I rude to you? Was I rude to you when I see you at the gym or something along them lines?" I know, no, not me. He goes, "Sorry, I'm suffering with mental health. I'm on these tablets, this, that, and that." So I started speaking with him, and he said I was being bullied at work, and my boss was making me do all his work, and I got depressed, and then I got mental health and this, that, and the other. And I was like, wow, all stems from, and this is what, we spend 8 to 12 hours a day within the workplace.
Yeah.
The programs that I have are made for these environments, because if our mindset isn't right, our well-being isn't right, business isn't going to flow, and the current of new business, new employees isn't going to flow. Why? There's blockages within the companies, within the organizations, within the institutions, and not just within the institution, but within one's own body and mindset. And I think that's where, there's confrontation, there's a fallout in the office, you sweep that under the carpet, just by the door, you sweep another little bit under there. Before you know it, there's a pile. You go to open the door's not opening because of all that's been swept under. So the door can't open, a new business opportunity can't come in, nothing can get out because the flow can't happen. Because of that, what happened the day before, we take into the next day, we're driving to work, we're listening to the voice within our head, we go into work, we're having the conversation on the way to work, what happened the day before. We go to the next day, and we're holding on to that clutter. It becomes weighty, it becomes heavy. and work becomes well, we know where it becomes, and then it comes to Monday, we don't want to go in because we're thinking and carrying that dense emotional blockage of energy. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people do get into like ruts, depression, sadness, anger, because we do hold on to it, whether it's in work, with life, with relationships. A lot of what you say kind of relates to every aspect of life. So what you're giving out to people is very spiritual based. It is, something that they can use in all aspects of their life. So road light, I used to see it as just helping kind of people rehabilitate. I think road light is something even more powerful than that. I think everyone should learn all these kind of aspects that you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely. It's the programs that we've got are gonna branch out. I don't know when, I don't know how. It's not for me to know or for me to understand. I just need to just take step by step, day by day. But I know that it's gonna happen because I'm working for a force that's beyond the physical, and that force has the best interests at heart of humanity. And I'm just obviously serving and doing what the force is enabling me to do, and bringing the right people, the right doors, the right opportunity, and the right timing. But I know the road lights programs and systems are going to be out in institutions, schools, within the corporate world, and on the net for people to go through online courses, programs, because they are potent, they are changing people's lives, but they're taking people onto a whole new level of consciousness where they become the I am that they are, and they actually discover the force within them to enable them to connect to the matter, but not be identified with the matter to the point where they think they are the matter, because it doesn't matter, and they are powerful spiritual beings that are able to do things that their thoughts couldn't even comprehend, because the thing that's inside us, once we discover it, can open doors that man can't open and shut doors that man can't shut. Because there's been many times that people have tried to shut doors, even within Feltham. And I said to him, listen, this is beyond me and it's beyond you, my friend. I'm going to be going in there whether I like it or you like it or not, because and he was like, and that's when you know you're in alignment with your life's purpose. Nothing can stop it. You can't even stop it. And you know when you are, because the doors keep flinging open, and the synchronicities, the signs, the miracles just start going, and it feels like you are in the matrix. You are Neo. And this is what I want everyone to experience, because before this body decays and before I have my last breath, I want to make sure that I can help every single human being tap into this force that I've privileged and had the grace that I've discovered, because it is powerful and life becomes life with abundance. It's I can't even explain, because the life that I lived before was death. I thought I was alive.
Yeah.
I was sleepwalking. I was in a coma. I thought I was alive. I was speaking. I was moving. I was doing things, but I wasn't alive. I was in a coma. I was sleepwalking. But now I can honestly say I'm waking up. Obviously, I wake up more, but I am waking up, and I want others to wake up and be part of this journey in this movement. And whether it's, we're all pieces of the puzzle. There isn't any I, that we are all pieces, and we all have contributions, and we have our separate gifts and talents, but we are all one.
I fully agree with you. It is nice to wake up and see some more consciousness from, as you say, sleepwalking. I was the same. So what I'll do now is I'll end this live now, because we've been going for time. I want to thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome. Thank you.
The link to the page is down in the comments if anybody wants to see. The link to Roadlight is also in the description above this if anybody wants to click on it. Please like and support Dwayne and his movement. It is a big movement. I will be sharing more of it. You will see more content of it. It will be posted on my website. And keep locked for the video that myself and Dwayne will get. Thank you very much, Dwayne.
Thank you.
I'll catch you.
See you soon. Bye.
You've never looked at yourself in the mirror and said, you let you down. Until you get to that point, you let you down. You're not brave enough. You want to put it on somebody else. The reason why I'm not successful is because of my boss. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I'm not getting up on time. I'm not going to work on time. I'm not putting in 120% when I'm at work. I let me down.
I'ma work to my last breath. I'ma hustle to my last breath.